everybody, it's Jill with Angel Creations. Welcome back to my craft room. Okay, so you know how, alright, well, I don't know about you, but every year I decide that I want to make an Advent countdown to Christmas calendar, what have you, right? But do you know what? That idea never happens to me until after the 1st of December. So this year, I am hopping on it. I'm hopping on it right now. Okay, so what I did was I printed out some iron-on vinyl. And this is not Dollar Tree because I didn't have black and I wanted it to be black. And I got the felt ornament kit from the Dollar Tree, and then I picked up a sign from the Dollar Tree that I've already prepped. It was all full of glitter, and so I already took the tag off the back, and I already took the glitter off the front, and there was a lot. And then we're going to be using paper from Hobby Lobby. I don't want to get that stuck to my vinyl there. So I just took it and scraped all of the glitter off with this from the Dollar Tree. It comes right off. Sometimes I spray it and I mist it a little bit with my water. But whatever you do to get your glitter off, just get your glitter off of this, because it will make, we're going to put paper on it and it will just make it bumpy. Ooh, excuse me, I have the hiccups. I had the hiccups earlier too. I don't know. Well, we just ripped our ribbon, so we won't be using that to rehang it, but that's okay. We have some ribbon handy. Also, I have a washer that I got at Lowe's. They are coming out with a whole bunch of new, what do you call it, hardware at the Dollar Tree. So, but if you have the wooden rings, you know, the wooden rings that the Dollar Tree came out with, that would work great. I need those. I don't have any of those. I found them when they first came out, and I didn't know I needed them. You know what I mean? I wasn't really into macrame, and I just... Anyways, now I wish I had some of those. So I just went and bought a big round washer, a metal washer. And we're going to cut up, this is a leftover piece that I've been cutting off of. Looks like little eucalyptus from Walmart. So we're going to be using some of that to make a wreath on our little washer. I have a little galvanized star that came off of a 4th of July tag at the Dollar Tree. And so you're going to need to start with some scrapbooking paper, and it's not all going to fit because this sign, or any sign that you use, you're just going to want to cover it, right? My sign is going to have to be matched up a little bit. No big deal. As a matter of fact, we're going to put that on the bottom, okay? So we're just going to pour some Mod Podge out onto our surface. And I don't, whoa, that was probably more than I even need. Maybe not, but it came out really, really big here. I do want to start something and see if I want to try something new. I have another device here. I've been learning every night doing my homework, trying to learn how to do this. So I'm going to see if you can see what I'm doing. We're going to just do it in little bits and pieces because I need little short videos if this is going to work. So just bear with me. I need a little bit more Mod Podge. I thought I had a lot, but also have my windows open and a ceiling fan above me. So you can see that I was just putting Mod Podge on. I'm going to try to overlay this video overhead into my video here. And like I said, I have been a busy, busy beaver learning. So we'll see how it goes. We will see how it goes. All right, now I did have this matched up at one point. Let me see if I can do it. Where was it? I did think I had a good spot. But, you know, I guess we'll do that. We'll just do that right there. Butt that right up. Butt it up, butt it up. Butt those two seams up really, really good. And we won't even know the better. Won't even know. I'm just going to keep my hands pressed on the seam here for a minute. Almost need a, remember in the days, back in the days when we used to wallpaper? And we had a little wallpaper ruler. Almost need that. All right, so that is that. That is our surface. It's nice and smooth. We're just going to make sure our edges down here, all around our edges. It feels like I need more Mod Podge over here. So let's just put, because this corner is lifting and it's dry to the bone. Dry, dry, dry to the bone. We'll go all the way down. And make sure that that has a good connection on the edge. You don't want your edges lifting. Let's get some more here. Why not? All right. Now, we're going to let this dry really good. I'm going to put a little bit of heat on it. And look, I'm not even plugged in. That's because I'm trying to do this new setup. And this weekend, I did not even do a Saturday Night Live on my Facebook because I have been rearranging. If you could just see the mad science lab I've got going on here. But it's all to bring you better videos. So I'm going to plugging this in, get some heat on the subject here, and we'll be right back. And my button. So, I dried it up, and you can hardly even see my seam. I mean, I know it's down there. And then I went around, and I forgot to show you, but I sanded all of my edges. And see how the paper just comes away in strips? It just makes it so much easier to get a nice surface. Okay, so now that we have our nice edges, I mean, they look factory made. It looks like it was made to fit on here. Now we're going to take our felt Christmas tree from the DollarTree, and they're calling it a felt ornament kit. We're going to cut off the bottom of it. We don't need it quite as big as that. The wider it gets on the bottom. You know what, though? I might want to trace a line with the ruler because I don't cut straight at all. So I would rather cut this straight than make a mistake. So let me do that. Let me just do that. I'm going to make a little pencil mark. Felt is usually pretty easy to write on. So, and then I'm going to just cut that little bottom ledge off and make our tree just a little shorter. Easy peasy. DollarTree. So we just cut the bottom off there. And now that's going to fit much better on our surface. Right? Okay, so the first thing I have to do, though, before we put this onto our surface is prepare. We're going to put this aside, and we are going to prepare our table. My goodness, I don't have much room here. I am tumbling tumblers down there, and anyway, you don't need to know, right? You don't care. You don't care. But we are going to prepare our surface here with iron on. I'm going to get my heat press out, and we are going to iron on our countdown numbers. So I will be right back. Okay, while we're getting the heat press to temperature, I am going to slap a little tiny bit of, what is it, malachite? I love to say that word. I'm not so silly. This is malachite. That's the color green. And it is from Waverly Chalk Paint. And I'm just going to slap a little bit of that while we're getting up to temp. I want to put that on my washer. I'm not even scuffing it up, and I probably should, but I just want to, let's at least get one coat. We'll get one on each side because we're going to hang this by a cord and put a little bit of Velcro on it to stick to our felt. So let's just do that. Let's just stick that over there to dry. Although, oh, we're up to temp. See, I should get the edges a little bit too, as much as I can at this coat. And then I will put the cover back on that for the moment. And put the paintbrush, wet paintbrush, out of our prep area here. And I'm getting a baby wipe. That's what the rustling around is here. Trying to get a baby wipe because I don't want green paint all over my heat press. Okay, so I think I'm good. Think so, think so, think so. Sometimes it's under my fingernail and I don't know. I really hate when that happens. Okay, now I am going to try to see if I can get you to watch me do this overhead. So we have our Cricut mat, we have our Christmas tree, we have our vinyl that we are going to put down right onto, now we have to make sure that our 25 numbers fit. So it's going to have a little above, which is good, and a little below. So we're just placing our, and you can do this with DollarTree vinyl. I just don't have black. It comes with its own little carrier sheet, so it's easy. And I prefer iron-on to regular anyway, but we're going to iron this on. I am going to just stand up, and I'm going, well, maybe I don't need to stand up. I'm going to try to show you what I'm doing overhead now. So this is what we're going to do. I usually like to give it, I like to stand up and give it pressure. So we put that on and you press go, and that will start a countdown for 30 seconds. So we're doing it at 360 degrees for 30 seconds. And the instructions on Cricut vinyl will always tell you not to give it any more than 5 pound weight, but I like to give it a little bit more than that. I've just found that works better for me. Here we go. All done with the 30 seconds. And now we wait for this to cool a little bit. And then we're going to take it off. And my way of doing it when I do t-shirts is when I remove the carrier sheet, now I put a piece of parchment paper on, and I do it one more time. Parchment. And I do it for 30 seconds one more time. Same temp, and I'm giving it a good, you can see my, well, you can't see my muscles, but I'm pressing down on it. I do prefer to stand when I press. If I was doing a t-shirt, I would definitely do this overhead. Let's see. We might have to do these in shorter increments. I'm just don't know what I'm doing here. Yeah, I'm learning. Okay, our buzzer went off. I don't know if you heard it over my talking. And so now this project is ironed on. That's what we have. Oh, I need that because I'm not done. We are going to put Merry Christmas on there. So there are our numbers, 1 through 25. We're going to move our tree up, and we're going to put Merry Christmas on the bottom here. Try to center it as best we can. Might lose a little tiny bit of our fanciness on our S, but the word Merry Christmas will be there. Now we are going to put parchment paper over our letters, and we're going to press down on our Merry Christmas. And we're going to give that 30 seconds, and I'm pressing down. And the reason I'm doing it twice like this is because I cut my Merry Christmas off so I could lower it. It was in a different place on my Cricut, let's see, on my Cricut design space. It was in a different place. So I wanted it at the bottom of my tree. And so I cut it. And I'm moving it where I want it. I hope that makes sense. Sometimes I also like to do this. Take a scraper, can be a credit card or anything, and scrape that on there before you take off your carrier sheet. And I lost just a tiny bit of the fancy S over here, if you can see. Let's see. Yeah, see, I don't know, but see how we got a little bit of the S? A little bit of the S there. I'm just going to cut that off. You never know the better. I hope I hope this is working overhead. Bear with me, guys. I'm learning. I'm trying to bring you better videos. Okay, now we have our tree, right? Let's shut off our heat press, and I will just move that out of the way. Take our green paintbrush back over here, and now because this is on a cool mat, it's a hot plate of some sort that it comes with, and it's not hot to the touch, so you can handle it, and it is amazing. Okay, now where were we when the lights went out? My goodness, this is a project and a half between learning the overhead. I'm just going to poke through with a little ice pick where my holes are going to be so we don't lose our holes. Okay, now we're going to put our Christmas tree on our surface with hot glue. We got cords everywhere, you guys. We're just going to do them in the corners. You know, we don't really need this to be heavy duty. So we just need it to be on there, but nobody's going to be playing football with this project, and you don't really want a whole lot of glue. So just put a little bit on. Try to hurry up and get that where you want it. That's the fun part. And lay that down. What is this over here? A little something metal. Get that out of there. All right. Felt picks up everything, right? Every little dust doohickey. Okay, I want to give this one more coat of paint real quick, and we're going to try to dry it because we need to paint this a little bit before we make a wreath out of it. If we don't, you're going to see the silver, and we don't really want the silver showing. So I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to just try to dry it a little bit. And hopefully I'm getting the inside ring, the outside. And it doesn't have to be perfect. We just don't want to see the silver behind it. All right. So let's dry that up. We have to unplug things to plug other things in. So we are all done with the heat press. I'm so excited. I'll be getting into sublimation soon. I have a printer over there, and it's still sitting in the box because I am a little intimidated. I'm so busy learning, and at my age, I don't retain the information. So it's just so much to learn, and I love it. But I'm so excited because I'll be using my heat press. I'm trying to finagle this onto my paper instead of plastic because I didn't want that to melt. But I'll be getting into sublimation. I'm learning that too at night. Yeah. All right, there we go. Hopefully that's gonna stay on. And I was gonna grab a wet wipe, but we're just gonna go with it. It's okay. I'm gonna start cutting away little pieces of this little, I don't know what you're gonna call it. I'm gonna call it eucalyptus because it looks a little like eucalyptus. And we're just gonna hot glue it on to our makeshift wreath here. And we're just gonna keep on gluing these around right on top of each other. Gotta hold it a little. I was hoping we could just work a little faster. Gotta hold it a little. But we're gonna try to work as fast as we can here. Glue and go. Glue and go. Gotta cut a couple more pieces. They pull off of that stem. They pull off the big stem, so I can do that with one hand, I think. All right, and then we just need to cut them off of their bigness, because all we're doing with that bigness is down here that we're cutting off. It's just adding bulk, and we don't need that bulk. So just glue and go. And we're overlapping. This is a great time for me to put you on overhead. But the thing is, I can't let that one go too long. It can't be too lengthy. All right, here, let's try it. I'm going to have a button for this one eventually, too. All right, so we're just taking our little stems and we're gluing them and overlapping. Do another. We're just gluing and overlapping. Just gluing and overlapping. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing if this video comes out and I get the little one in. It's going to be really funny if this video comes out with no little thing in the middle there. You guys are going to be like, okay, well. But you love me, right? So you're with me, right? Because I'm just learning. I'm learning, and I'm learning to make it better for you. So just bear with me. If this video comes out and there's no little video inside like I'm thinking it's gonna be, then you're just gonna love me anyway, and we're just gonna be like, next time it will work. It's just not this time, but it will be next time. Okay, my wreath is so cute already. I just want to put a few more in to fill it up. You know what I mean? Like, we just need a little more bushiness and a few places. Whoops. Just to, and I think I've already glued our wreath to the paper behind it. But that's okay too. I don't care. We'll get it off of there. All right, so you understand now that this wreath is going to be the wreath that encircles our numbers, right? So before I go any further with that, I want to put my star. This silver star, galvanized star, is from a 4th of July. It was painted like a flag, and it was a, what is my word, Jill? It was a tag. You know those tag shapes? Looks like a price tag. It was that. And there was a couple of galvanized stars on it, and I, of course, saved those. Put them in the bits and bobs. I save all of it. So that is going on top of our star, or on top of our tree. And now we're going to unglue that from our paper. And look at our cute little wreath. Maybe one more there. Let's put one more. You can't ever have more. You can't ever have too much on a wreath. I like it bushy. So we're just going to stick that in there. And then this is going to be the wreath that encircles our numbers when it is, I don't know. You guys bear with me. I'm learning and trying to do this. So see, it's a little bushy on the inside. So maybe if we just make that a little more pressed out, we can see. Knocked one off. Let me fix it. We can see, we can always trim it up with the clippers, but I kind of like it this way. You're going to know what it is. You know that we're moving the date by this wreath. So when that's all glued, right, when that's all glued, we are going to take some ribbon. And I guess we'll go with the red because it's Christmas. And we're going to tie this ribbon onto our sign first. And we're going to do that by going through the hole that they gave us for, I might have to use my little pick to get through. But we're going to go through the hole. Go through the hole and just come up and tie it. Just tie it however you want. We're just anchoring the little wreath so that it doesn't go anywhere. We don't want to lose our countdown counter, right? If it ever falls off. We need it to stay on. We need it to stay on our little wreath. So now we're just going to anchor it to our wreath. Wherever you see a good little place, we're just anchoring it. Making sure that your ribbon is long enough now that it's going to reach all the way to the 25th at least, right? And tie that. I'm just tying it in a double little knot with my sausage fingers. And I'm just going to tie off that little tiny bit. And I am going to put a little tiny bit of glue. Nobody is going to see it. And now we are going to put a little tiny bit of Velcro, which I did not get out. Where is the Velcro? I know I have Velcro. It's in one of these drawers. It might be in... Oh no, you guys! This is cracking me up. I have Velcro. I'm going to put you on pause and find it because I'm dropping my overhead. I love you guys. Remember that. I love you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Be right back. Okay, they were right there in my drawer. That's okay. We got them. We got them. I'm going to take the fuzzy one that has more of the sticky layer that will stick to felt. And actually, this felt isn't as great. It would be better if it was rougher. But you know what? It's too late. If you guys have a better idea how to stick our wreath on, I would love to hear it. I would love to hear it. Okay, but for today, hopefully this will work. And we are going to just glue it. Even though it's sticky, it's the little circular, see, forget the overhead. Forget the overhead. The rest of the video has no overhead. Even though it's sticky and it's a sticky dot, I'm gluing it because we want to make sure it stays. Right? And then I'm going to take a piece of green ribbon to make our hanger. If I can find the star. And then we're going to make a cute hanger out of the green ribbon. This hasn't been opened since last Christmas. Oh my goodness, you guys. Sticking all over to where it shouldn't stick and not to where I need it to be, right? Alright, so look, my green ribbon and my red ribbon are all unwinding at the same time. And I am just going to try to get that through the hole again, the two holes that we poked through our paper with the, and I'm going to just poke it through and put some knots in the back, couple, probably maybe 3 or 4, to make sure they're big enough not to go falling through that hole. We're just using the holes DollarTree gave us. But we broke our ribbon, if you remember. And now I want to come up and go through the other side of the front. And sometimes I have to use a little ice pick. Look at that. Well, we are having fun today. We are having fun today. We are all tangled up. We have cameras falling overhead. We don't know what we're doing. We're still learning. But hey, you know what? That's how we learn, right? If we don't do it, if I don't do this with you and make mistakes, I won't learn. So this is real life. You're with me. We're learning together. I know it. It's no fun learning, but we are doing it, and it will be so rewarding once we have it all done. We'll have a button. We won't have to reach up and press things, and I'll know how long the video overhead can be and all the things, right? I think I'm on my 6th little knot over here, but that's all right. So there's our hanger, and let's just put a little bit of glue just to hold those knots, and then we know it's not going to go anywhere. Okay, and then this should work now. So on the 1st of December, you're going to take your little wreath that we made. How cute is that? We could actually put berries on that. I don't know if I have any though. Let's see. Probably not. We have these. Let's do this. Let's put this little pipberry that's laying around in my bits and bobs. And we'll look. Oh, we can't. See, this would have been a good time though. I'm learning. This would have been a good time to show you what I'm doing overhead. All right. So there, we have a few berries on our little wreath now. And then you're going to take it and you're going to press it down on like number 1. I'm going to press down. You want that Velcro to grab onto your felt, and then you have an adorable advent calendar where you can move your wreath to different numbers. What do we think? I know, you guys, this has been a really cut up, choppy, I know it's not the cutest craft I've ever done, but really trying to do the whole thing, I think it came out okay, you know, where we started from. But listen, thanks for bearing with me. I know it was kind of a crazy video this time, but it's just going to keep getting better, better and better and better. But anyways, if you like this craft and if you're praying for me to get this right, can you put a praying hands in the comments below? And it's a great time to like and subscribe. Tomorrow is Tuesday Tree Haul, and one of the Tuesday Tree Haul items gets put in a bin, and when we get up to 650 subscribers, which I think we're at 617, thank you all so much, we're going to do a giveaway. So, all right, everybody, I hope you like this. This was fun to make. I know it was discombobulated with the learning and all the things, but you just see, in a month from now, it's going to be, I'll be like, it'll be old hat. You won't even know what I'm doing. It'll just flow. All right, now, are we trying these? Let me know in the comments if anybody has tried these. I don't know. Nathan says that sales are going well, so let me know if you tried these. Look at these. These are the Bumble Freeze Jolly Ranchers. There's a really good video and picture at the end of this video that shows you a little closer what they look like, but they are so delicious. So make sure you are trying them. I'm just curious if I am helping him in any way. So if you have actually tried the freeze-dried candy, let me know in the comments so I just know. I'm just curious. And until tomorrow, I hope that you be well and do well and be good and do good and all the things. And until Tuesday, tomorrow, I will go back and learn a little bit more, and I'm gonna go try to splice all this video together, and we'll see what happens. Maybe there'll be no overlay or inlay, or I don't even know if that's the right word, but we'll see. Miracles happen. All right, everybody, be good and do good. Bye now.